Hello, my name's Kim Picozzi. I'm a lecturer in global health here at the University of Edinburgh. My particular interest is infectious disease, be that in humans or in animals. Perhaps you'd be surprised that I would be interested in both, but let me explain. Almost 60% of the infectious diseases found in man, of which there are more than 1,400, be they viral, bacterial, parasitic, fungal, or indeed helminths, they're zoonotic. By that I mean they infect both humans and animals. For example, rabies is one of the oldest recorded zoonotic diseases, described as an ailment in hunting dogs as early as 2300 BC. This viral infection has many different mammalian hosts. In human infections, they're usually attributed to dog bites, with the majority of cases reported in Asia and Africa. While man is a dead-end host, in that this disease is not transmitted from human to human out with extraordinary circumstances, it still accounts for more than 50,000 reported deaths annually, even though effective treatment is available in the form of post-exposure prophylaxis. Many of the major human infectious diseases, including some that are now non-zoonotic, that is, confined to humans and absent from animals, once arose from an animal infection. It has been shown that many of these infections are relatively new, arising only after the origins of modern agriculture some 11,000 years ago. Remember, humans are just another mammalian species, and a very successful and abundant species at that. There is a global population of 7 billion, with projections suggesting that this value will continue to grow and may even reach and exceed 15 billion by the end of this century. Not only do we exist in high numbers, we are also very mobile, able to circumnavigate the globe in less than the incubation period of many infectious agents. If you think back to the H1N1 pandemic in 2009, within 7 weeks of the first reported outbreak of infection in Mexico, more than 20 different countries around the globe were reporting cases of this disease. We also live in highly crowded conditions, with half of the population now living in an urban environment. These densely populated environments are perfect for the communication of disease. Measles, for example, is spread by airborne droplets. It is highly infectious, so that an infected person may pass on the virus to an average of 16 others within a susceptible population. Not every city is able to provide its population with fresh water and adequate sanitation. It is thought that 1 billion persons live in slums. Most slums lack clean water, electricity, sanitation, and other basic services, conditions that can perpetuate many infectious diseases. Water is the most basic of human needs. Unsafe, dirty water can cause serious illness. For example, diarrheal disease, which kills over 2 million people, mostly children in developing countries, every year. In terms of infectious disease, we also have the added complexity of vector-borne infections, those that are spread by insects and arthropods. I've been investigating human African trypanosomiasis for the last decade. This disease is caused by a zoonotic parasite and is transmitted by the bite of the tsetse fly. It's a difficult disease to treat in humans, and with a parasite that's able to constantly outsmart the host's immune system, vaccination is some way in the future. It is the complexity and diversity of infectious diseases that make this for me a most fascinating subject. This week, I'd like you to consider the following statement. It's widely believed both within the scientific and lay communities that infectious diseases are a thing of the past. This statement was made in the late 1970s in response to a number of key events. Smallpox was eradicated a number of years earlier. This disease had at one time been the main cause of deaths in children under 5 and is estimated to have been responsible for 300 to 500 million deaths during the 20th century. A number of highly effective vaccines were available to protect against many of the childhood viral infections, and antimicrobials were also widely effective against many previously fatal infections. For your assessment this week, I'd like you to consider if you agree or disagree with this statement. You will be asked to record your opinion. I will then present you with a number of facts. You're asked to evaluate each in isolation and consider if you would agree or disagree that they support the idea that infectious diseases have no role to play in the 21st century. Again, you'll be asked to record your opinion, and you'll be provided with a short piece of additional information after each response is submitted. When you've finished the assignment, you'll be asked to then review the information overall and assess if your initial opinion has changed. Your response will be recorded. I would also ask that you select one piece of evidence that you feel was the strongest and also indicate which, in your opinion, was the weakest. I hope that you enjoy this assignment and look forward to talking to you again next week.